on YouTube? It's your boy Clutch Punisher coming back with a brand new guide. Today we will be doing Doctor Strange, who is another one of my favorite tanks in this game. Um, as you can see, I'm repping the skin from Season 0. Um, I haven't played this character as much as I'd want to, but I'd say I've played him just enough to know the basics on what I can give you to make you better at the character. So to start out, his primary fire is a projectile. You see, he shoots off like three, actually more like four fireballs, and where they're a projectile, they you can get splash damage with them, and obviously you'll do more damage with a direct hit. Now, as you can notice, that charge got all the way up to 100 and my screen went purple. Now, what that is that is an anti-healing, and you really don't want that to happen. So what you want to do is as it charges up, you have an R1 ability, and that unleashes it and does damage to people around you. Now, with the most recent update, the further you are, the less damage it does. It used to be up to, I think, 8 meters, it would do a bunch of damage. Now, at 5, it is the max, and 8 is when it starts to do no damage. Um, but essentially, that's just something that you really don't want to get up to 100, and I will show you a really good use for that ability later on in this guide. But let's get into the abilities. With your triangle, you will get a portal, and what you're going to do is most of the time at the start of a game, you're going to want to open one of your portals, and let's just say that this is the point over here. You want to bring it to the point. So then you can jump through, get on point before the enemy team does, set up your team, do what you need to do. Another use for it, hopefully I can get back in time. The portals last 23 seconds, by the way. So if you have a Punisher, the Punisher could set his turret up over the point, and next thing you know, he's hitting all the enemies down there. Now, the one thing is with the portal, you have to be very smart and strategic with it, because if you're not, the cooldown is 170 seconds. That's gonna take a very long time. Most of the time, you're only gonna get to use it like 2 or 3 times a game in reality. Um, so you just really need to pick and choose what you're gonna do with your portals, but it can be used for a lot of things, especially uh, if you have an Iron Man who's got his ult, you can put the portal over top of the point where all the enemies are, and then he can do the maximum pulse and just hit everyone without them knowing where it's coming from. Also, which you're not really going to be able to do it that much anymore, but when the game first came out, you could put a portal off of the map and then put it at the enemy spawn, and most of the time they'd walk through and fall off the map. Nowadays, people aren't really falling for that, but you can still try it. But his L1 is he floats in the air and he can fly for 6 seconds, so you can get some damage done, get away from the fight if you have to. And then his L2 is a shield. Now this one you can just take out and put it away, just doing that over and over again. So what you're going to want to do is you're going for the best damage, especially in fights with a lot of people. I will do this with Groot because he's got a bunch of health. You're going to want to fire, shield, so that you're protecting yourself from incoming damage. Then you're going to do damage, and then if there's teammates behind you, they're going to get protected. Now, what you never want to do is go walking around as Doctor Strange like this with your shield out constantly, because they're going to destroy your shield, and then that's when the cooldown happens, because you got to let it recharge. Um, but um, it is just like the Magneto shield. You always want to use it to block like Iron Man's ult or Scarlet Witch's ult, anything for the team, but it will not block melees, just like Magneto. Um, but essentially, uh, that's the best way to use the shield is fire, shield, constantly doing that. Another fire, melee, because the melee really charges up your your R1 ability. As you can see, it goes up by 10 every time you hit someone. So we'll let the Groot respawn, and I'll let the charge go all the way down so that you can see how quickly it'll charge up if you're doing the fire whip, and basically you'll get it all the way there pretty quick. And so that's a nice combo you can do with them to get rid of a lot of damage. Now his ult. Basically what you want to do is you want to fly in the air and come down and use the ult. And as you can see, there's like green shadows that come out. It's their spirits. Basically those come out when you do your ult. So the best way to do it is to fly in the air, so that people aren't gonna see where you're coming from and they aren't gonna expect it. So he's gonna come down. He's gonna say, "By the eye of Agamotto," and then basically you can hit the enemy and the green spirit for double damage. So that is how you can just annihilate tanks. You're gonna do the same uh, shoot, whip. You're going to do both of those back and forth to just destroy them while they're in the ult, and that's going to charge up this. So if you don't kill them while you're in the ult, you can always use your R1 to finish them off at the end. So that's really the best way I can explain how to use the ult. Um, but honestly, I don't know what else to do rather than get into a gameplay. Alright, as you can see, we got into a game. We are on the brand new map, Empire of the Eternal Night, Midtown. Um, this is actually a really fun map. It just came out today with the brand new season. Um, one day they'll probably add like a daytime version of this map. Um, but yeah, it's got a lot of cool vibes to it, and I got a Mr. Fantastic and an Invisible Woman, so they're trying out the new characters that came out today on my team. Um, yep, we're just gonna do uncut gameplay just like in the Magneto guide. Um, Still rocking that 300 horizontal sensitivity, uh, like I recommended in the last video. Mm. W heals. I'm just trying to do my best as a tank. I've had a lot of friends compliment me on my skills as a tank, just being able to go in and just eat damage while they just annihilate the enemy team. Um, like like I said in the last video, play who you want to play. This is not in any way me saying, hey, you have to go play Doctor Strange. Like, this is me recommending you a solid tank pick, especially in ranked play. I played them a couple times, and I think I got a win every time I used them in ranked. Yeah, Wolverine. Yeah, Wolverine's actually a dangerous opponent, especially now that he's got a buff. He's actually got a really cool ability where he does different percentages of damage depending on what class you're in. So he'll do more damage to tanks than he would compared to a duelist or a support character. So I find that very interesting. That's why I'll probably make a Wolverine guide eventually. And the best tip I can give is just if you're playing him, really just focus on the tanks. But this is the Doctor Strange guide, not a Wolverine guide. I just felt like I'm I'm better at playing tanks, so I feel like I can bring you better guides with tanks. I say that while I'm getting pretty much destroyed as Doctor Strange. Um, but we almost have the ult, so hopefully I can get a good example of the ult in this gameplay. Um, I'm really my main thing is that I want to give y'all a legit game. I want y'all to see like what y'all can do with the characters rather than saying, "Oh, I have to play a million games to get a win just to prove a point." Like if I lose this game, it's still going in the video. Like that's what I want this series to be like. I want it to be like just me showing the character in a game. I don't want to have to constantly be stressing about, hey, I got to get a perfect win with 20 kills, everything like that. Like I don't want that to happen because then that's just gonna make the quality of my videos worse. Um, we have a lot of them clumped up here, so maybe I can get a good ult. They have pretty good healers. Oh, and thing. Yeah, this is not my best game if I'm being honest, but I just want to give y'all the truth. Like I don't want to be one of those fake YouTubers that makes, you know, that plays a bunch of different games till they get that perfect one. Like I'm just not like that. I want to show the imperfections of my gameplay, and hopefully the imperfections of my gameplay will kind of show you like how the characters work and what not to do with them to um just help it. Like I don't really know what I'm trying to say if I'm being honest. I'm new to this whole thing, but I found a game that I liked and I want to bring my love for this game to y'all. So I really hope y'all are enjoying these videos. Um, just out here doing the best I can with what I got. This is definitely one of those games where depending on the team you get, you're either gonna win or lose. Like this is not one of those games where you can go in and say, "Hey, I'm the best player in the world. I'm gonna win a game by just going in and playing by myself." This is a team game. This is a hero shooter. You can't carry the team by yourself. You can sit there and think that you can, but that's just not how this game works. Now, I would not recommend to do what I'm doing with the shield, but I just needed to get away so that I didn't die. Um, Obviously, you can't hit Mr. Fantastic when he uses that one ability. Um, and Cloak and Dagger actually got a new buff today where their ult actually does 4 movements rather than just 3. So that's actually a pretty neat update. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and tag the point while nobody else is over here. Now, in this case, I would say you could tank the damage just for things like Star-Lord's ult, where he essentially gets aimbot, like he just locks on. That would be the only time I'd say to really just, hey, take that shield out and absorb all the damage you can. That's gonna be the best. That's gonna be the best way to do it. Um, Cause I mean, if you just let him get that ult off, like he's gonna shred through your team. Obviously, we didn't win there, but I hope I could kind of show you what you should and shouldn't do with Doctor Strange in this gameplay. So 15k damage block, not bad, not great by any means, but I'm just out here trying to do the best I can. Um, Thank you. As you can see, I just wanted to end the video by showing my Doctor Strange stats. I haven't played him as much as some of the other tanks or characters in the game. I just wanted to bring y'all a video showing you the best that I could do with him, the best, just honestly the best tips I can give on how to play good with him. Obviously, I didn't win in the gameplay, but I just want to make this series to be like, hey, I'm gonna play one game, and if I win or lose, that's I just want it to be a true game. Like I don't want to sit here and lie to you and play, you know, three, however many games it takes me to win, or even not even just win, just play a game and have to play perfect and get no deaths and stuff. I don't want that. I want to give y'all like a raw, uncut gameplay, win or lose, one match. That's kind of what series is going for. Like guide plus one match. Hopefully y'all learned something. As you can see, I had in an hour, almost 2 hours, I have 183,000 damage blocked. That's okay, I guess. 24,000 is my best in one game. But with that, I would just like to say thank y'all for watching, and y'all have a wonderful day.